I'm here to give you 5 urgent things that I need to tell your heart during this time. My name is Lauren and I'm a fellow NICU parent, and I am here to be your advocate and cheerleader for the ups and downs of this wild journey, to give you information and support and guidance and to remind you that you're not alone. And we are in a difficult season. There's this little thing out there that I will not name that we are all dealing with right now. And it is forcing many NICU parents to not visit their baby in NICU, or choose which parent is going to visit the baby in NICU, depending on the NICU and what their guidelines are during this particular season that I won't name. And if you happen to be watching this and we're not in that particular season anymore, it's still hard. The same things that I'm about to tell your heart are still going to apply. Number 1, this is a traumatic event. Regardless of our situation, but particularly because of our situation, this is a traumatic event. What is happening to you is traumatic. You might have had a traumatic birth, not being able to have the initial birth experience that you wanted, to not be able to bring your baby home, to not be able to see your baby, to go outside the natural order of things is traumatic. Then you add that with what's going on in the world right now, job situations, any other thing that is going on that's being impacted and is woven its way into this particular situation is adding to the trauma. I need you to know that this is a traumatic situation, and it is easy to compare and to go, well, maybe my baby's at term and I won't be in there that long. It's not as bad as somebody else's. We as NICU parents can often compare, and especially if ours doesn't feel as bad as somebody else's, then we tend to downplay it. And so it's important to hear, this is traumatic. You don't have to be normal. You don't have to act like this is normal. You don't have to brush it off your shoulders. You don't have to pretend. Number 2, your heart's going to feel lonely. You could have a spouse at home. You could have family who is trying to be there for you. Only you, and this is actually really, really true for NICU moms. It's true for NICU dads. They were there too. They experienced this. But for NICU moms, because you are the one who experienced the actual trauma of the birth, you were pregnant one minute and then all of a sudden you're not. There's going to be a sense of loneliness in the feelings that only you can feel as a person who went through that. Dads, as you went through your own journey through the birth and this whole NICU journey, there are going to be things that only you can feel. Maybe the hopelessness that you can't help your wife. Through all of that, you could be in a room full of people who are loving you and supporting you and still feel lonely because only you are carrying those unique feelings. And I need you to know that that's normal and that there's nothing wrong with you, because we can often think, dang, like, I feel so alone, like I know I shouldn't. Then you start guilting yourself for feeling alone when you tangibly don't feel, you're tangibly not alone. There are people literally around you, but it's a normal feeling. Like, your heart needs to know that it's normal. As your sister through this NICU journey, to my brothers and to my fellow sisters out there who are NICU parents, guard your space. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to want to project their feelings about your NICU journey and whatever's going on around you kind of at you. And you are going to learn, like, why don't I feel comfortable sharing everything? Why am I being a little bit guarded with information? And you're going to learn that is because not everybody's a safe person. And so be mindful of those things. If you feel like you have to defend your feelings or over-explain, or you don't feel heard, guard your space. And it's okay to be protective of that. You don't have to explain that to anybody. This is your journey. And so you should be able to do it in a way that's comfortable for you. You don't owe anybody an explanation for that. Guard your space. The 4th one is kind of a neighbor to that, which is find your safe people. Find your people that you could be unfiltered, they're not going to judge you. They're going to let you say what you need to say in that moment and process and just release it. Whether that is a close friend, a relative, or a professional, or both. For me, I had amazing friends that I could be completely unedited. I can say the things that other people may judge me for, but it's just my truth. And they weren't there to say it was right or wrong. They were just there to be an ear. And I also had a professional. I had a friend, I had Jesus, and had a professional. No particular order, all working together. And so you need to find, I hate this word, is so cliche, find your tribe, but really find your safe people, like truly safe people. and it will help so much. And finally, don't compare your process. I think this is so easy for people to do when they're seeing other moms or dads on Facebook or Instagram, and they're being like super strong, and they're posting up scriptures, or they're posting up these like positive affirmations, and it just seems like they're rocking it, and they're like already making Instagram accounts, and they're like trying to do this whole thing for their kiddos. And I mean, I was definitely probably one of those parents, because I had somebody else come up to me and was like, "You're so strong," and I'm like, you don't see what happens after I post that photo, or even after I click that photo. There's a lot of crying on the floor. There's a lot of yelling out to God. Don't compare your process, because you don't see the totality of somebody else's process. And don't compare your pace. It's your process, your pace. Take as long as you want. Take whatever methods you need. I think especially dealing with the current climate we're in, everybody's telling everybody else how they need to process. And I know that feels like somewhat hypocritical, because I'm telling you, don't worry about your process. And my advice is, don't worry about it. Do your pace. But specifically now, you're seeing all sorts of people going like, do all this stuff, make it a great time, pick up this new habit, make it your goal, your best quarantine life ever. And really, we don't know the whole complexities of your life and what you brought in before NICU and what you're dealing with during NICU, plus a pandemic. If all you do is survived, you survived. And that's amazing. And I think we just need to give each other the grace and the space to run our race however we need to run it. I don't know what injuries you have. I don't know what's in your book bag that you're carrying on that race for me to tell you how fast and slow you need to go. You just need to go the pace that's going to allow you to finish, and whatever that looks like. And so your process, your pace, find people that are going to cheer you on through that race and not tell you necessarily how to run it. That's the big kicker. And those are the 5 things I want to tell your heart right now, because you're going to be dealing with so much stuff. And if those are the things that I could arm and cheer you on as you're getting ready to run your race, then run it to the best of your ability, given the tools and the resources you have. But if you need more tools and resources, I'm going to be posting more about just processing this emotional journey. There's also some great groups, and I really want you to make use of those if you feel like you need a group with like-minded individuals that you can talk through this space with. And as somebody who has been there and not even dealing with an ounce of what you're having to deal with outside of NICU with our current climate, my wish is the same for every NICU parent. I wish I could just take this away. NICU is an amazing, beautiful experience, and you can see miracles, but it does not negate how scary it is, and it does not negate how you wish you didn't have to see your babies in cords and being poked and prodded, or in an incubator, or in some hospital setting. It doesn't take, if I could take all that away and just give you your time with your baby at home, I would do it in a heartbeat. And I hate that you're going through this. And so stay strong. Know that you have people around you. And I will be back with more resourceful videos.